gonna be a blowout. And then the 49ers had like the best fourth quarter ever. They had like the best fourth quarter ever, man. You know, the best fourth quarter ever, man. Like 1 minute, 1 minute in the fourth quarter. Elijah Mitchell get a pass from Purdy. Then Purdy passed for a 2 point conversion. You know what I mean? And like a few minutes after that, Debo came up with a 74-yard pass from Purdy. Like, yo, what's happening? The best thing I saw was DK when he got that amazing pass. And I want to say it was the second quarter. I believe the second quarter. Yeah, that 50-yard pass. I believe that was the second quarter. That was like lovely, like landing right in front of him, like landing right in front of him. Like you got the receiver, ahead of the receiver was DK, ahead of DK was the ball, and the ball basically just landed right in his inner elbows. That was amazing. That was like the best thing I saw Seattle did in that game. And that second half was like straight disappeared. Like straight disappeared. Straight disappeared. Like, yo, they done nothing that third quarter. And the only thing they got for themselves was DK gave himself another touchdown pass, but then a failed 2 point conversion. So that basically took the air out right there. Because with that 2 point conversion, you have a little bit of a chance. You know what I mean? You score, you play good defense. You score another touchdown. You get another 2 point conversion. Now you're down by 8. Now you have a chance to play for overtime. But without that 2 point conversion, that basically took the air out the team in the fourth quarter. Not to mention, it was less than 2 minutes left in the game. So it's like, how much more are you going to do? Not much more you can do. You know, and so the Niners just open up in that second half. They just completely open up. They saw they was down by 1.5, and they might as well saw they was down by they might as well saw the score was 17-0, and they needed like 3 touchdowns to win the game or something, because they came out guns blazing. And what did I tell you about McCaffrey? What did I tell you about McCaffrey? What I've been saying about McCaffrey all season since I started this podcast. If he was a black running back, we'll be talking about him a lot more. 119 yards. We ain't talk that much about him at all Sunday long. Let Za-Quan do something like that, which he kind of did. Which he did. We're gonna talk about Za-Quan all week long. We're gonna talk about Za-Quan all week long. We might talk about McCaffrey a little bit when we talk about the Niners, but when we talk about the Niners, we're going to talk about Purdy. We're going to talk about Debo. McCaffrey is the truth. McCaffrey is that dude. I got a lot of respect for McCaffrey, man. He's that guy. And he showed up. He showed up. Debo coming from injury, he showed up. Purdy threw the ball 30 times. Over 300 passing yards for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and you Mr. Irrelevant. That's the only third string quarterback that I didn't see a whole bunch of mistakes. I didn't see a whole bunch of errors and inexperience. Watching Miami game, it's inexperience. And I'm glad I mentioned Miami. It's one thing I forgot to say about Miami. How many touchdowns are you gonna waste on these delay of game penalties? Apparently all 3. And you know what happened after that? They got delay of game penalty because they ran out of touchdowns. Why y'all can't hike the ball? You know what I'm hearing with the commentators? Inexperience. Okay, what experience the Purdy got? He missed an irrelevant. He's been throwing to third string players on practice squad since he been there. We look at that Trey Lance and Jimmy G and everything. He just there sitting there, not knowing when he's gonna play ever in his career. Two average ass quarterbacks had to get hurt for them to force them to put in Purdy, and this dude in a playoff game got over 300 passing yards, threw the ball 30 times, got 3 passing touchdowns and no interceptions. And those 3 touchdowns did not go to Debo. He didn't just feed Debo. Even though in the first half, I felt like when it was a third down and he was in trouble, he tried to go to Debo to get him out of trouble. I watched that in that first half. I watched that. It's a third down. Debo at one play, Debo was double coverage and he still tried to squeeze that ball out there because it was third down. So I did see that, but he didn't like. That wasn't like the only person he went to when he got those touchdowns. McCaffrey got himself a touchdown. I mentioned that Elijah Mitchell got himself a touchdown the first minute of the second half. Even Purdy ran for a touchdown. Like, he found different receivers to get the ball, and he got three in the air. He got 1 on the ground with no interceptions. Mr. Irrelevant, my ass. This was an amazing weekend. I loved every game. Even the second half blowout of the 49ers game because the way they did it. Fourth quarter. All right, y'all. It's time to stop playing with them. Score a touchdown the first minute. Like 58 seconds. 58 seconds. The first 58 seconds of the second half. Touchdown. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I'm looking forward to next week. Now, besides Purdy, the subs are going. The subs are going now. Now we're going to see Patrick Mahomes. Now we're going to see Daniel Jones. Josh Allen, hopefully he'll play better next week. Joe Burrow. Jalen Hurts. We ain't going to see no Kirk Cousins. No Skylar Thompson. Huntley. Nah. Now it's time to watch the stars show out. And then if the games was this good this week, I can imagine how good it's gonna be next week. Unless the stars really show out that they're stars and blow those teams out, that could happen too. That could sure happen too. I could see a complete blowout. I could see Jacksonville getting completely blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs because they're not on that level. And I'm looking to see a real good game between the Bengals and the Bills. I'm looking to see a real good game between that, and a very emotional game as well. Very emotional game. And as for my Giants and those Eagles, my prediction was the Eagles. Please, I want to be wrong so bad. Let's get them. Hey, man. Next week is going to be excited. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to talk about it with y'all. Wildcard Weekend is not over yet, though, y'all. We got one more. Monday night. Bucks Cowboys. We got one more to go. We got Tom Brady. And we got Dak Prescott. Tom Brady never lost to our Cowboy team his whole career. This could be the first time, but I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. And just like Stanley, I believe Stanley will be fired by Tuesday. And I'm saying the same thing about Mike McCarthy, man. You lose this game against Tom Brady and this Bucks team, 8 win out of 17 games team, and it's the wild card in the playoffs, and you face defeat. You'll be fired by midnight. If the game is over at like 11:30 Eastern, you'll be fired by midnight. Truly believe that. Truly do. And I hope the Bucks get this win for so many reasons. Not because I don't like Mike McCarthy. I want the man fired. I would never root for the Cowboys. I got a lot of respect for Tom Brady. I want to see Tom Brady go out on top unless he's playing my Giants. And I just think it'd just be real funny. It'd just be real funny. You hear so much about this Cowboy team, and ain't nobody in the beginning of the season said the Cowboys was going to win the Super Bowl. But I'm hearing they got the best defense. I didn't even realize the Niners had defense the way they had defense. I'm like, oh, Cowboys defense. Oh, Sauce Gardner on the Jets and their defense. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize the Niners defense was that legit. The Bills defense. Oh man, we talk about the Bills defense like crazy, especially before Von Miller got hurt. Like man. So y'all supposed to be this great defensive team and everything. You got this 45-year-old quarterback. He's probably going to throw at least one pick. Capitalize on it. Oh, because you got a quarterback at Dak Prescott that's probably going to throw 2 picks. He's probably going to throw the ball 45 times. He probably going to get 300 passing yards with 2 picks and about 2 touchdowns. And I'm going to say, if you have a quarterback that throw the ball 45 times and got 2 touchdowns, you got a quarterback who should not be throwing the ball 45 times. You better give that ball to Zeke and Paulin and see what you can do with that. Because I don't trust Dak like that he's going to get y'all the victory, especially against a Tom Brady team. I don't care how old Tom Brady is. Until that man said, I'm done playing with football, that's a threat. If he's 60 years old and he's saying, man, I got another year in me, you're a threat. I'm going to treat you like a threat. Because if you don't, Tom Brady could brag and say, I'm 8-0. And my 8th win against this Cowboy team, I was 45 years old. Well, his 7th win against his Cowboy team, he was 45 years old. So he already could say that. But man, go ahead and lose against this team in the playoffs, man. Go ahead. No Gronk. You know, defense not as good as it was in that championship defense. Offense not as good as it was in that championship offense. That championship offense. The team is not as good. The team that won the championship is not this team. And you can't get that win? Ooh-wee. Mike McCarthy will be fired, and the next season, all odds, the new scapegoat is going to be Dak Prescott. The new scapegoat is going to be Dak Prescott. Like, Dak, are you that dude? You know, so that's Monday night's game, y'all. Bucks Cowboys. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for it. And I can't wait to talk about it. And I definitely cannot wait for next weekend division games. This is a real excited NFL playoffs. I don't remember the last playoffs that was this excited. I don't remember at all. And not unlike, just like other playoffs, you do have an idea who's gonna win. It looks like Patrick Mahomes is gonna win the Super Bowl. You know, it looks like Patrick Mahomes and the Buffalo Bills the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills is going to be in the AFC conference game. You know, I don't really know what the NFC. You know, I'm not too sure because I don't got a lot of trust in this Cowboy team, but the Cowboys should beat the Bucks. So it kind of looked like it's going to end up being like Eagles and 49ers in the NFC Championship game. So you do have an idea of who's going to be where. It's not like the NBA right now where we don't know who's going to be on top. We got to sit there and watch the games. You do have an idea, but it's exciting because it's one game. Anything can happen. You know, upsets can happen. And the teams that are considered the underdogs are hungry as hell. Hungry. My Giants are hungry. Those Jags are hungry. You know, hell, even the Cowboys is hungry. That Prescott just making too many mistakes. But they kind of hungry. They hungry. The Seahawks was hungry, and they almost had it.